What's up, YouTube? Phoenix Deity back again, once again, for another Black Clover Phantom Nights video. Fresh off of yesterday with the 3 uploads. It might be a channel first. Don't really know. I think it will. I think it is. But yeah, in this episode we will be like I number these. Okay. But for this video we will be doing the showcase for the Noelle. But, quickly before that, one of the main reasons why I did upload 3 videos yesterday was so I could use this team for tower. Mainly because the whole specially themed team that I was talking about since last week was a full Black Bull V2 team. And as you can see, they all have Black Bull V2 as a formation match, so what could go wrong? But yes, I actually did manage to complete tower with this team. It actually wasn't that bad. If I used if I did what I was supposed to do smarter, I could have did it in day 1, but I didn't. So yeah, I will be making a video on this team tomorrow, and going through tower, showing some tips and tricks what to do on floor 60 and whatnot. But yeah, this overall is a good team. Also, I should just mention only 2 of my characters have like full awakening gems. Black Divider with his setup, which I am going to remove one of the defense pen gems. And I'll let you know what I'll replace that for. And then tag Spirit of Zephyr. Again, not fully gemmed. I'm still waiting to try to get that last gem that I need. And I will be taking another defense pen gem off of him as well. But I'll save that for, its actual video. I just wanted to showcase, just show you guys, this team. 0 tanks to use. Just full offensive units. And it was fun, Using a different team than the usual one is pretty fun from time to time. So, I think now, without further ado, we can talk about the one and only. Let's go to Wizard King. We can talk about the one and only Noelle. So, starting off, we're just going to talk about her stats without any, brigade bonuses, X gems, accessories, etc., etc. So, she has 5,250 HP, 1,350 attack, 525 defense, 675 speed, and 600 intelligence. So, overall, her stat lineup is fairly good. High HP, high attack, high defense, high speed, and high wit. Like, these null characters, their stats might be just the best stats in the game. Just null characters in general, so. That for her formation matches, she does have Black Bull V2 and Silver Eagle V2, so that's very good. No gem investments. Resistances don't change at all from 6-star to 7-star, which, kind of sucks, but what can you do? Now, the big, the meat and potatoes, her skills. So, her Arcane Art is the Sea Dragon plus Mercury Rain, very omniscient. I'm using that word wrong, maybe, but essentially, that one episode. So, it's an attack to all enemies within range. It pretty much targets one enemy, and then it takes all the enemies out that are in the same row and every enemy in front of them. I know me explaining that is hard to, comprehend, but essentially, it targets the red enemy and then hits everyone that's in the green. And the green applies to the entire field. I guess that's the easiest way I could have done that. But yeah, and then as well as doing and attacked enemies, it has a medium chance of formation seal, which is always irrelevant, One of the reasons why Devil is, still Arcane tier, still up there for the tier list, is because formation sealing and sealing of any nature will always be relevant for this game. Next up, we have the very first tag character to have a range outside of one single box, which is extremely good. So, they have a multi-hit attack for their tag attack, which attacks all enemies within range. Oversized damage to all enemies within range, multi-hit. Really good. As I said before, this is the first tag attack to have a range that's more than just a single square, so I will expect a lot more tag characters to come out with better ranges for the tag attacks. I can't wait to see that one character whose tag attack is literally just a full board AoE, because those days will be very fun. Next up, AOM is very reminiscent of the Null Noelle that got his 7-star last month. No, this month, not last month. I don't know why I already thought it was September. But for a short time, AOM participants are given invincibility. So this could have some use in tower, but sadly it is for a short time. So I honestly wouldn't count on it to be anything better than Tag Spirit Dive Skill 2, which just sucks. So take it how it is. Skill 1 is just an oversized attack to enemies within range. Multi-hit oversized attack to enemies within range, sorry. So, pretty good. You know, does the classic Sea Dragon coming out of her lance. And just fun times had for all around. So, her skill 2 is a AoE healing to all allies within range. It will target one enemy, then all characters in a plus sign formation. Like in a plus sign. Yeah, well, okay, easiest way I can explain it. Well, you guys already know. You guys aren't dumb, but targets one ally and then all characters in the same row and column. I don't know why I said plus when I could have just said row and column. But all characters in the same row and column as that character, and you know it expands for the range of the map. Get healing, which is really good. In tower, I was able to see upwards of 5k healing, which is really good. I think, like, best case scenario, if you, like, want to maximize his heal, quote-unquote, you use, like, a Yami lead, or if you just want to see how much it heals for, you use Yami as a lead. You use his AOM because he's still, like, an extremely good AOM for intelligence. Well, for boosting intelligence. And she could potentially heal for maybe, like, 10k with the healing skill. Like, no joke. And that's just how good Yami's AOM is. Like, it's still really good. But yeah, now we can move on to the skill 3, which is what I personally think is the best skill in the kit. So skill 3, for a while, high chance to apply secret plus skill seal to all enemies within range. So flat out just talking about that part, that's incredibly good. I'm sure without a doubt once we do her solo, well, you guys can see her when we do the solo stage, that she will be an incredible unit. Also, I forgot to turn on my background music, so just breaking the fourth wall. Alright, so you guys will see that she is extremely good. Well, that skill is extremely helpful because it will stop pretty much everything. If the enemy doesn't have the skills or an arcane art, they're just basic attacking. And everyone can tank basic attacks, so yeah, and as an added bonus, it does also add armor to all allies all allies on the field. So, without a doubt, I think her skill 3 is 100% the best skill in her kit. Mainly because if you just want more, you know, justification for it, imagine this: you're on like floor 58 of tower, you see a moth. Guess what? Noelle using her skill 3, the moth can't take your AA gauge. I can already tell a lot of people are saying yes to that. So. We have our first quote-unquote moth counter, as well as floor 60 if she gets her skill 3 off first. They literally can't use any skills. That means you don't have to worry about Tag Reveach stealing your buff. You don't have to worry about Devil giving you a formation seal / AOM seal. You don't have to worry about Vanessa and Rouge doing their haste or buff ban or even their arcane. Like, her skill 3 is just so good. So, you know, when we do talk about gems, I will recommend gems that will make this just kind of the best it can be. So, you know, keep that in mind. Then outside of that, her relic, which we won't really talk about because it's honestly not worth it. And I think that's enough words said, and you guys want to see some action, so we'll just jump straight into the solo unit run. So, we're just going to play it on ×1. Not really in a rush. She tanks fairly well with Savior Sword. I guess most you can see her taking, you know, even from a Wizard King 1 stage is about 100, which honestly is fine, it's solid. The critical hit for 60 something, there we go. Now their skill and AOM are sealed. Sadly it didn't apply to everyone, so this is why she's so broken. Or else they're so real. Is she? I don't even know if I'd say broken, but she's just really good. Again, if you're able to spam her skill 3, she's basically untouchable. She was able to heal all the damage off. She was able to heal all the damage. She sealed the enemies. Like, you're only taking basic attacks, and the armor can 100% tank the basic attacks. So, extremely good. We're gonna use our arcane art here. We saw 7k being a max hit. Let's see if Noelle is able to do a bit more. No. So I was informed. So thank you to Vani from the Twitter, not Twitter, Vani from the comments / the Discord. Noelle, well, yeah, Noelle does hit the enemy 6 times, and Noelle comes in for hit number 7. So that's really good. That is really, really good. So keep that in mind when you're, doing numbers, if you're trying to calculate numbers. There goes the skill seal again. She can she's just her skill 3, man. I think that's the best part you should take away. Her skill 3, and even if they do bypass the armor, you have your skill 2 to heal you. Like, come on, come on. These past characters have just been insane, man. I really don't want to try Wizard King Dorothy, but no, the team I'm using pretty much can't beat it. So using the same team we used last time, I still need to farm more skip tickets and things of that nature. So that is why I am low. So don't try not to pay that much attention to it. There goes the tag attack. Again, even though it only did chip damage to Dorothy, chip damage is better than no damage. There goes her skill 1. Tag attack again. They're able to just clear them out really quickly. I see Dorothy's about to do a buff, well, a debuff. Use the AOM, give everyone except for the Noelle at the side invincibility. Okay, we did miss and resist the ceiling, but that's fine. Dorothy will do her thing. We won't really worry about that. And guess what? Noelle had armor. Let's do this. I don't think the rest of this matters, so we'll just go to ×2. Her attack was lowered, which it's fine. Oh, Noelle fell asleep. Okay. Then we'll just use Noelle to finish this. Sorry about that. But yeah, overall, she's really good. Another really good offensive support unit. So I will 100% say that she is I twisted my words. She is 100% better than Tag Charlotte, I'd say. Tag Charlotte is able to do a bit more damage wise, but Noelle's utility of just stopping the enemies from doing anything is just super good. So now we will go into the nuking showcase versus everyone's favorite Elf Veto. I did have a run where all the enemies here were O-code because of a quote-unquote tag attack from a certain character. Also, my Julius does have nullify damage, so that is why he took 0 damage from that. Not nullify, but absolute defense. Okay, we'll do this just so the regular Noelle can get her arcane art. We'll see what buff this is. I think that's attack. Okay, defense. That's fine. Lumiere and his critical buff. Rain down, swords look like. One day he'll be voiced. I know quite a few people are still waiting for the day him and Sekire will be voiced. So, hopefully it's soon. So once again, just a reminder, Noelle hits them 6 times, and then Noelle comes in for hit number 7. So 36k, the lowest we've seen so far was 9k. That's kind of the only bad thing about multi-hit attacks, is that you can see some very lackluster hits, and it's not exactly completely even. So 34, 37, it might have been just 34. 34 was the most we've seen, so in a scenario where you have 100% crit, multiply by 7, that oh my god, so what? 34 times 7, 7, 4, 8, 28, carry the 2, 21 plus 2. So, Jesus. Overall, if you do get 34k for all your hits, you do 230k, call it 240k. Again, this is without gem investment. Oh my god, man. I'm super pumped for Anniversary. If these characters that aren't even Anniversary, like Magna and Noelle, for example, they're able to put out this amount of damage and their attack is like nowhere near like Black Divider level attack, the Anniversary units are about to be insane, or Anniversary unit, whatever they decide to do. We'll do that one more time and then I'll go into kind of preferred builds. Also, once again, we are using the Demon Binding Blade, giving us 600 attack. It's not giving us any wisdom, so that's fine. We do get speed kind of in exchange, but I think for her, you do want to somewhat prioritize at least some wisdom for the relic you use. But the fact that characters nowadays can hit essentially, what, 250,000? Jeez, man. 250,000 without any gem investments is very, very good. Okay, so we'll use the AOM just so we can get blue gems for Tag Noelle. We'll use her Arcane Art first, just so it doesn't really matter which one we use first. We can do 1, 2. Then we'll try to pay attention for the highest tick we see, just so we can just add to the already almost 250,000 damage that she can put up. Okay. This game's doing a lot of good things. I saw 36. I saw 36. So, just again, the only bad part about these kind of like random, kind of the tick damage characters is that, it is some more or less somewhat random damage. Which you guys seen, even though it doesn't really technically say random damage for the Arcane Art. But yeah, as I was saying, if all hits are 36k and more, that's over 250,000. So 250,000 guaranteed almost every attack. Like I'm just kind of speechless. If the Anniversary characters aren't this good, I will be shocked beyond all belief. Because there's almost no way. There's almost no way you can make an Anniversary character that's like worse than a normal character, or a limited character, or a Phantom Fest. Jeez. Okay, so going into gem abilities, what I personally am going to do for my Noelle, which I have a lot of gem farming to do. Let's go to the actual thing. Yeah, I have a lot of gem farming to do because I have to finish Tag Spirit Dive and because they're sitting at 4. I also have to replace one of their Defense Pierce gems, which I'll let you guys know about that, like in the Tower of Dreams video. Have to replace one of Asta's gems. But yeah, I think overall for Tag Noelle, I personally will be going all attack. Mainly because I don't really see a reason not to. And her best weapon will be Savior Sword. Best accessory is going to be Hero Flag until we see a relic that buffs Wisdom and Action. So keep that in mind. And now abilities, which is probably the big thing about her. So I have about 5 abilities. You can choose any of the 5 in my opinion, and they would work almost like perfectly on her. Number 1 is going to be Attack Boost. Once again, she has 670. Yeah, let's just call it 670. I mean, mine has 680 because of Brigade, and Brigade does count for stats. So let's just do like 680, and then you get 25% of that. So Attack Boost, a part of the outside of the attack gem, she should get like what, 157. Yeah, about 170 attack will be given to her. So 170 extra attack, she'll be hitting a lot harder, which is really good. Another gem I could see being used on her is Defense Piercing, because that's just a go-to gem for any offensive unit. And I guess now, instead of doing 2 Defense Pierce, This next gem will come in handy. It's one of the new ones. It is Barrier Neutralization. That's the global translated name. So 33% chance to invalidate, invincibility, armor, counter trap, etc. If your wisdom is higher, she has 600 wisdom, so very high wisdom. I think that gem, Barrier Nullification, just like being able to bypass invincibility is just so huge, right? Like, let's say you're doing Tower of Dreams floor 60, like you're fighting against, I already said floor 60. They formation swap, like you almost kill Tagravich, they formation swap. They get the invincibility, and then you kind of can't do anything waiting for, like you're essentially waiting for Black Divider to use his skill 1, which maybe he used, maybe he didn't, but giving each unit their own opportunity to bypass that is really good. And if like a unit is one hit away, they apply invincibility, then like floor 60, for example, Sekirei does her healing, then you're kind of in a situation where you're like, okay, well, now I have to spend a bit more time doing this because they just healed while in invincibility. So I think Barrier Neutralization is somewhat kind of the next best attacker gem, and you do have an increased chance if wisdom is higher, just like I already said that, sorry. So the fourth gem I can see on her is 100% going to be weakening hasten, or hasten weakening abilities. Mainly because, again, that skill 3 stopping enemies is extremely clutch and will be extremely good, like later on. Like there's almost no way that haste for weakening will be bad, like unless you get sealed first. That's the only way it won't work, but even then, like, that ability will be insane on her. And lastly, I think this one is actually pretty relevant for her. And it is one of the newer gems, which I did say are PvP gems, and I guess I can't really say that because I do think, like, these gems, when they came out, they were very meh, but now we actually have units that can use them, like, efficiently, so kind of crazy. But Master of Jammer is the other gem / Ultimate Jammer for Global. Yeah, Global calls it Ultimate Jammer. But essentially, 10% increased chance for debuff to apply to enemy, and then increased chance if wisdom is higher than target. So that is an instance where, versus Dorothy, I don't know why I pressed that. Versus Dorothy, you did see that there was a miss and resist for the debuff, but with Master of Jammer, 10% increased chance plus whatever like unknown factor is counted in the, if wisdom is higher than target. If you're able to do that, then like 10% increased chance to apply a debuff is going to be really good for her. 400. They have altered stats as enemies, but yeah, like overall, she's just a really high tier character. So, once again, as wrap up the gems, I would go for her, if you're that invested, is attack boost, defense pierce, barrier neutralization / nullification of barrier, then Master of Jammer / Ultimate Jammer. So, once again, this character is really good. Keep in mind that because she's a null unit, null units have access to every gem skill, so if you do have 5-star skills, which I know there is a guaranteed 5-star barrier nullification gem, I might use that on her. I might take away the defense pierce gem like my Black Divider Asta has, just so I can put it on her. But yeah, I think these hasten weakening ability. I think I skipped over that, but I think those 5 gems, if you pick any of those 4, I think that will be extremely good for her and extremely relevant for quite a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get started on farming gems. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that juicy YouTube stuff. Make sure you guys stay safe out there, all that good stuff. This is Phoenix Deity, as you all know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.